right. Bob didn't sleep in and he's not running late, so you know what that means. Another episode of BobbethTV coming your way. We're live with Mud Mule TV. We've got one more race for the Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues Racing Week. This one is the Motowear International Limited Late Models over at Lakeland, USA for the USA International Speedway round of the Limited Late Models. We've got about a minute left in practice before we get to qualify and get to the meat of everything. So let's jump in and see who's quick time at the moment. Chad Putabol 21.662, 21.679, Chris Standridge. They've also been the two I've seen put the most amount of time, it looked like, in practice in. So it doesn't surprise me that they're cracking some of those quick times up there. 16 drivers, 17 drivers registered for today's race. 21.662 quick time, 22.405 all the way down the other end. So literally the alarm that tells me 5 minutes to go before I'm due to go live, that woke me up. Turns out we're out of milk, so I can't even make myself a coffee. Oh. Pretty sure I've got some milk, which is pretty much bare today. No, damn it! Alright, I should have posted my PayPal. Get you guys to donate a coffee or something. Wow, Bob. Alright, looks like we're kicking over to the qualifying session now. Jonathan Foxworth, Chris Standridge, Wayne Bridges, Kent McLean, Lewis Catalan, Andy Williams all out first. Oh, I don't even have a drink. Let me go fill up my cordial bottle while we qualify. Sorry about that. I was just on the phone to my sister, actually. She's going to lend me some money to get some coffees. Motowear International Limited Late Models Heat 1. We're going to have John Bennett, Ken McLean on that front row. Alan Hunt and Tom Land will be on that second row. Third row, it's going to be Mike Davis and Micah Butler. Oh, my God. I can't believe she came through. It's insane. All right, coffee's ordered. Pace truck's about to leave the track. We're going to get our round of racing going. I've still got our best and last times on our screens. Let's get the gaps and gains going. Oh, coffee's ordered. I won't get here till the main event, but coffee's ordered. John Bennett having a bit of a blink up the front there as we get this one underway. Playing Alan Hunt, John Bennett, Mike Davis, Tom Land, Mike Butler. John Bennett having a bit of a blink issue there. Has been known for that in the past, but it doesn't affect the race, and yeah, it hasn't normally been this bad either. See there, just to the front of Alan Hunt, still blinking away, poor John Bennett. Telemetry's having a field day. Thinks that Alan Hunt keeps catching up to John and taking second spot, but it is just the blinking. G-Rod Xanadu, that was me. That was you what? I'm confused. Ah, thanks for the like, G-Rod. Appreciate you. At 5 of 6 as I try and wake up. John Bennett somehow got that car into the race lead. Nope, it was just the way the blinking maybe, or the telemetry. But white flag lap, John Bennett's going to make a run down through 1 and 2. He's going to blink at the worst possible time, so we're not going to show exactly where he really appears. That's going to make it very hard for Kent to make a move on that position, because you just don't know. You can't throw a slider, you're not sure where he's going to be. John Bennett's going to take out the one round of the Motowear International Limited Late Models, though, in a shocker. All right, got our results up. So Mike Butler from Yoda Outlaws in 6th. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Mad Dog Davis in 5th. Motowear International's Tom Land in 4th. Alan Hunt 3rd. BAM Motorsports driver Kent McLean in 2nd. And John Bennett's J&J Motorsports and BAM Motorsports driver taking out the victory. Try and get my cams to work here. All right, there we go. So our grid for this one is going to be Chris Standridge and Chad Putterball on that front row. Brett Vanderwood and Josh Roberts second row. Lewis Catalan and Jonathan Foxworth on our third and final row. Heat 2. One more heat still to come. G-Rod Xanadu, who are you? I don't recognise the name. Appreciate you coming and checking us out. Who are you here to watch, in fact? Underway. Let's get down to the cams. 22 of Chris Standish, the 20 of Chad Putterball 1 and 2, the 42 of Josh Roberts in at third. Brett Vanderwood, Lewis Catalan, Jonathan Foxworth rounding out the rest of that field. Of 6 side by side, the 20 and the 42. Chris Standridge still that race leader though, so Chris, Chad, Josh, 1, 2, and 3. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth has gone to the pits. Chad Putterball, Brent Vanderwood, Lewis Catalan, the remaining drivers. Chris Standridge to that race leader as we get to the white flag lap. Josh Roberts, Chad Putterball 2 and 3. Brett Vanderwood, Lewis Catalan at 4th and at 5th. Heat 2 done and dusted. Chris Standridge is going to make himself super dizzy like that. And I warn them, but they don't listen. All right, Heat 2's results. Jonathan Foxworth will be scored in 6th place. The B-Main Bandit. Lewis Catalan in 5th. Then we have Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws in 4th. DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball in 3rd. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 2nd, but Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 1st. Our 3rd and final heat for the night. Try and get down to the cams first, Bob. There we go. All right, Travis McDonald, Andy Williams, Brian Angel, Tim L. Brown, Wayne Bridges. That is the 5-car field for our third heat. As we get ready to move on into our feature race stage, let's have a look and see who was our winner last week, who's our points leader, because they will be going to the rear of field for today's race. Well, it looks like, okay, just the one rear of fielder today. That'll be John Bennett. He won last week's race by 55, as well as is our 6 points point leader, 48 to 42. So it looks like the winner of this heat will be starting pole position in the feature. One more time around the sun, and then we're going to get this one underway. Our last heat race for the Motowear International Limited late models here at USA International Speedway Lakeland. USA is our host. Off we go, and racing 6 laps. Looks like Travis McDonald's going to take that low line, get a little bit sideways. That is going to wash off a bit of speed, though, as Andy Williams and Tim L. Brown come around the outside of him. So Brian Angel slotted in behind Travis. That might have been a mistake. I would have stayed up behind Tim, probably kept that run going. As you can see, he's moved back up to that spot now, and has already started to see results as Travis McDonald down the low line, fending for 4th place at this point. As Brian Angel gets past him, Travis McDonald moves back to 4th. Wayne Bridges is back there as well in 5th place. Backstretch for the third time. This is the first half of this 6-lap heat race done. Just 3 laps to go. Looks like the 7 and the 429, second and third, battling it out hard. Travis McDonald looked like he was going to come back up and try and maybe reclaim one of those positions, but not able to get around them. 429 trying to be as wide as he can, but that Yoda Outlaws car looks a little bit quicker. Go 429 and the 7. They are battling pretty hard for second spot here. Brian Angel's going to move up into second. The 429 looked like he was going to try and cut under him before the exit to try and give him the run down the straightaway. Didn't quite get there, but is able to challenge for that position again pretty easily, actually. The 92 now looking like he's going to move on past the Yoda Outlaws driver as we get to the white flag lap. Andy Williams is going to secure a pole position start here tonight. So he comes into 3 and 4 for that last time. And score the victory in Heat 3. John Bennett did score the victory in Heat 1, but will go to the rear of field due to his points lead and winning the race last week. So that will upset the starting order. Travis McDonald finished 5th in Heat 3. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws 4th. Wayne Bridges 3rd. Tim L. Brown 2nd, but Andy Williams is our winner of Heat 3. Let's get over to the grid for the feature race. Oh, no, I thought John Bennett won the race. All right, I must have been completely wrong. Ken McLean in. Oh, we don't have two. Let's make sure we don't have two features. We do a 15 lap Consi and then our 65 lap main event. So Kent McLean, Josh Roberts on the front row of this one. Tim L. Brown, Alan Hunt, second row, Chad Puttable, Wayne Bridges, third row. Tom Landon, Brett Vanderwood, fourth row. Fifth row is going to be Brian Angel and Mike Davis. Lewis Catalan and Travis McDonald on that sixth row. Seventh row is going to be Mike Butler and Jonathan Foxworth. Looks like John Bennett, Chris Standridge don't need to run the Consi. Oh, now I know my coffee will most certainly get here in time for the main event. That is good. She has got it. Bring it to me any moment. Off we go and racing. Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Jill Brown, Wayne Bridges, Chad Puttable, Tom Land, Brian Angel, Lewis Catalan, Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Butler, Mike Davis, Jonathan Foxworth, it looks like as well. No, he's not on the track. Is he not on the track? This is bleak. It's hard to tell. 15 lap Consi race before we get to our mammoth main event. Got flags out. Looks like that was Brian Angel. Let's start. There, the 7 machine. Caught up in a lot of traffic there. The 91. Him coming to blows and just being forced up into the wall. The front right of the 91 got ripped off. Oh, here it comes. Here he comes. Here comes Speed Racer. He's got my coffee on twos. Speaking of the back, I don't think it's John Bennett. He's not in this race. It's Jonathan Foxworth. Well, it looks like they're currently single file. Kent McLean, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Tim L. Brown, Wayne Bridges, Chad Puttable, Lewis Catalan, Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Butler, Mike Davis, Jonathan Foxworth, Brian Angel, Tom Land just coming out of the pits as we speak. We can see that on the track map. Right, lap 6 and 15, so we get this one underway in just a moment. 10 remain in our Consi race. going to be Kent McLean and Alan Hunt in the front row. Josh Roberts, Tim Brown second. Third row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Chad Puddlebaugh. Lewis Catalan and Travis McDonald on that fourth row. Brett Vanwood, Mike Butler fifth. Jonathan Foxworth and Mike Davis on that sixth row. And seventh and final row, Brian Angel and Tom Land. Trucks to the left. The boys are going to fire. We'll get this one back underway. 10 laps remain in this constant battle before our 65-lap feature race here at USA International Speedway. All right, 7 laps remain. My coffee is at the front door, so give me 2 moments, guys. I'll be back in just a second. Right, 11 of 15 in. Ooh, out. Get that out of the way. And that apparently. Alright, so Ken McLean, Alan Hunt, Tim Brown, Chad Puddlebaugh, Josh Roberts, that's still the 5. Travis McDonald, Mike Butler, Brian Andrew, Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, the 10, 11 to 14, Tom Land, Lewis Catalan, Brent Vanderwood, and Mike the Mad Dog Davis. Coffee. White flag lap. Ken McLean is going to win the Cruisey race here as he comes down the backstretch with Alan Hunt and Chad Puddlebaugh right there behind him into 3 and 4 for that final time. So 15 lap Cruisey comes to a close. So it's for that one there. 14th place, Mike Davis for Modig Mafia. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanwood in 13th. Lewis Catalan finished in at 12th. 11th, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth. Motor Internationals, Tom Land in 10th. Wayne Bridges 9th. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel in 8th. Travis McDonald 7th, and the other Yoda Outlaws driver Mike Butler in 6th. Our top 5, J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 5th, Tim L. Brown 4th, DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 3rd, Alan Hunt in 2nd, but BAM Motorsports driver Ken McLean wins the Consi battle. All right, let's get over to the grid now for this one. This is the one that Andy's going to get the promotion on. John Bennett will go to the rear of field on. So Andy Williams and Chris Standridge on the front row. Alan Hunt and Ken McLean will be 2nd row. Tim Brown, Chad Puttable 3rd row. 4th row is going to be Mike Butler and Josh Roberts. 6th row, 4th row will be Mike Butler and Josh Roberts. 5th row, Brian Angel and Travis McDonald. 6th row will be Wayne Bridges along with Tom Land, Jonathan Foxworth and Lewis Catalan on that 7th row. 8th row with Mike Davis and Brett Van Wood and John Bennett on that final row. All right, down the backstretch, we're going to go into 3 and 4. Pace truck will leave the track. We'll get this one back underway in just, well, not back underway, but underway in just a moment. This is going to be the 65 lap main event for the Motowear International Limited late models for Knuckleheadz iRacing League. 65 laps of USA International Speedway coming your way. Guys wasting little time getting up to speed, getting these cars going. Chris Sanders, Andy Williams, Ken McLean, Alan Hunt, Chad Puttable. That is the 5. Josh Roberts, Tim L. Brown. They're just outside that 5 spot. Mike Butler, Brian Angel, their teammates. Lewis Catalan's back behind them. This race off to some exciting action straight away. 3 wide to 3rd. Ken McLean, Chad Puttable, and Alan Hunt. So it might have been Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges there, the 99 and the 92. 99 almost gets into the 91, had to move up the track a bit. That is what pushed him up into the 92. Looked like Travis McDonald also getting caught up in that. As soon as I take a bite of my breakfast, Dimmy. She's good in the Twitch chat. Hello, mate. Hello, dude. Thanks for tuning in. We're at the feature race for the Motowear International Limited Late Models for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We are here at USA International. I did see your message also this morning, brother. I will get back to you as soon as this broadcast is finished. We've got still got over 60 laps to get through. Looks like they're lining up. Chris Andrew, Andy Williams on that front row. Ed McLean, Chad Putterball second. Josh Robinson on third. Tim L. Brown and Mike Butler on the fourth row. Fifth row will be Brian Angel and Jonathan Foxworth on sixth. Lewis Catalan and Tom Land. Seventh row, Brett Benwood, John Bennett. Eighth, Mike Davis and Charles McDonald. Ninth row will be Wayne Bridges by himself. Good to see all that clay and mud being kicked around. We'll do so one more time around the track though. Pace truck does not want to leave. Oh no, there he goes. We're going to get this one back underway. Chris Standridge, Andy Williams, Chad Putterball, Kevin McLean, Alan Hunt, the 5. Roberts, Mike Butler, Tim L. Brown, Jonathan Foxworth, Brian Angel, just all outside that 5 spot though. That's good copy. Good drink the boss this one, and Mike Brown as well. I just thought I didn't get that one. That'd be bad, I'd be in trouble. Trying to chew down some breakfast as well. I think after doing this for so long I'd have the schedule down pat, but nope. And I think daylight savings starts soon, so the races go an hour later. I think that's actually going to work out better for me. Not sure what happened there, but we saw the blue Travis McDonald machine drop out of that high line, then down to the low line. Looked like he was also trying to avoid a crash down there as well. As they are basically following the longest line up here up the front. Oh, thanks for the sub. She's good. Appreciate you, man. I really got to get all that stuff fixed, so it at least highlights and whatnot. Excuse me. Oh, a bit of crash. Nothing in the telemetry before the yellow flag though. Weird. Alright, who crashed after the... What did we get after the yellow? Like Davis. Alright. Let's just have a look. Yeah, did not want to set. Turn to the left there and it just didn't want to turn. It is turning. Caution's already out though at that stage. Looked like he's trying to get himself into the pits here. Aha. The system just determined. Calling that a crash for some silly reason. That'll be our second yellow flag for our feature race here tonight as we get everything set back up for our restart. Patrick going to leave the track here. Yes, he is. We're going to get this one back underway, guys and girls. Lap 8. So lap 9 of 65. Race restarted. Ken McLean second, Andy Williams third, Chad Puttable fourth, Josh Roberts fifth. Caution out as quickly as it came back. What about the B-Mate Bandit? Let's have a look at the Fox 29 machine. Right there, so yeah, obviously. Well, I don't think the blink had anything to do. I think he just spun out. Wow. Reset. I'm having a bite on my breakfast. All right, still plenty of racing to come. So 60 odd lap, 55 laps still to come. A lot of racing. This is our final race of the racing week for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. It is the Motowear International Limited late models. They will not be back again until Sunday evening at US. That's Chris Standridge. Single file. I wonder if there's going to be a single file restart. Yeah, it looks like it might be. Pace Truck getting ready to leave the track. Chris Standridge is going to lead the longest line of 17 cars. There it goes. Here we go. Single file restart, lap 10 of 65. Let's get some green flag runs going. See if this will generate some speed. We've still got a few blinkers on the track. Jonathan Foxworth and John Bennett. That is going to cause, while it's not a big issue, it will cause some excitement on the track. Like 12 off 65. Starting to get a bit of a green flag run happening here. Nope, yellow flag is out, Bob. Shut your mouth. He's a dirty little mother. Shut your mouth. Right, let's have a look at this one. Oh, 00 did not set at all. Just got the front end ripped off by the outfield wall. USA International, bit known. for its cautionary sort of run. It can be a bit tricky to get a run built here. But at the same time, the late models also just a little bit wider, a little bit longer than some of the other cars. So trying to make sure you've got enough room to set real estate for your line can be tricky as well. Alright, looks like we're going to get this one going in just a moment. It's going to be another single file restart with Chris Standridge at the front of that line. Ken McLean, Andy Williams, Chad Puttable, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Tim L. Brown, John Bennett, Lewis Catalan, Tom Land, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Davis, Mike Butler, and Brent Vanderwood. Of 65. Still a lot of racing to go. 15 lap Consi preceded this race. We haven't even done 15 laps to equal that yet. Only an extra 3 cars on the track. How long that line is. Basically, by the time the boys are entering 3 and 4, the last car is just exiting 1 and 2. That straightaway is pretty long as well. But it is full of race cars. Let's have a look at what it's like from spectator cam. This is what it's like if you're up in the seats here at the track today. Have a packed house. Caution has come back out. Looks like Travis McDonald into pit lane. I can see that he did crash after the yellow flag, but I can't see any crashing prior. So we'll just reset. We'll get this one back to our restarter cams, and we'll get it lined up, and we'll go from there. Just give me time to smash some more coffee things. in lap 18 of 65. Still a considerable amount of race. We're coming up in the first third of this battle. Christian playing Andy Williams, the top three. Fourth and fifth, Chet Puttable, Josh Roberts. Our 6 to 10, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, John Bennett, Lewis Catalan, and Tom Land. 11 to 17 is Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth, Timmy Brown, and Mike Davis, Mike Butler, Brett Vanderwood, Travis McDonald. Lap 20 of 65 as we get this one back underway. All 17 cars still in this battle. John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth, both having trouble with the linking with the connection, but it hasn't upset the run as of yet. Ken McLean right up there on Chris Sandwich's rear end there. Andy Williams trying to race up on them as well. Josh Roberts not that far out of contention either. Got him. Got him. Almost the halfway mark of this race. These guys used to racing 30-35 a lap battle, 65 laps here today. USA International Speedway. They already did 15 in the Cruisey. They did 18 all up in the lap racing, 6 each basically. So that's 21. So you're looking at around 86 laps of green flag racing once today's race is all said and done. What a battle. Caution has come out, 26 of 65. This one will be out. Let's have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The yellow flag for the race. This one has come out all the way on lap 25 though. Reset to my restart cams. There we go. Mike Butler, Brett Vanderwood, and Yoda Outlaws drivers both in the pits. Their other teammate is Brian Angel. He's up there in 8th. So it's going to be a single file restart again. Chris Standish, Ken McLean, Chad Puttable, Andy Williams, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, John Bennett, Lewis Catalan, Jonathan Foxworth, Tom Land, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, and Travis McDonald, Tim Brown, Mike Butler, and Brett Vanderwood, depending on who gets out of the pits first. So Mike Butler out, Brett Vanderwood still. Oh no, Mike Butler is out. Mike Butler has retired. So So Brett Van would be able to get back out of the track, take that 16th position, but that one locked in it now for the time being. Racing again at lap 26 to 65. Highlight some of the back drivers for this portion of the race. See how the back half of the field is battling. Battling it out back here with Lewis Catalan, all cautions out. That looks like Chad Putabol down the bottom of the track. What happened there? Chad back there, and it looks like, what, 4th or 5th spot. Alan Hunt behind him. Oh, he just came racing up on Andy Williams. A lot of speed difference there. Andy slowing down a lot. Chad Putabol came racing up on him fast. That is going to upset Chad's run a little bit, as he is currently in the pits with a black flag. All right, lap 28 to 65 is going to be lap 29. So it's still single file restarts. Chris Andrews, Kevin McLean, Josh Roberts, Andy Williams, Alan Hunt, the 5. John Bennett, Brian Angel, Jonathan Foxworth, Lewis Catalan, and Tom Lamb, the 6 to 10. 11 to 15 is Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Tim L. Brown, and Brett Vanderwood. Chad Putabol is the 16th car. Mike Butler has retired. lap 30 of 65, almost the halfway mark. We have 2.5 more laps to go. Chris Standridge, it has been a marathon for him trying to keep this car in the race lead. Kevin McLean and Josh Roberts, Andy Williams, Alan Hunt are the four behind him right now. But John Bennett, Brian Angel, Jonathan Foxworth, Lewis Catalan, Tom Land, they're all back there. Right, 32 in, 32 still to come. Halfway mark here. If your knuckles are white now, boys, you've still got a lot of racing to go. No one really able to sort of break away from any one pack though just yet. Caution out of the 35 lap mark. Looks like that one was Lewis Catalan. 32 machine there, getting it very sideways through the turns. The 92 comes up a little bit of contact, and that was more than enough just to send the 32 straight into the outfield wall, down into the infield to come to a stop as the front right falls off. All right, lap 36 of 65. It's going to be 30 remain in this battle when we get this one going. 32 minutes into this race, 35 laps. That's the general sort of feature length field they would normally run. Wow. Chris Standridge still our race leader, Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, Andy Williams, Alan Hunt, that's the 5. 6 to 10, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth, Brian Edgell, Tom Lamb, Wayne Bridges, the 11 to 16, Travis McDonald, Tim L. Brown, Mike Davis, Brett Benwood, Chapman, Lewis Catalan, Mike Butler is our 17th driver, but has retired. I should say resigned, but no, retired. Just 26 to come, lap 40 of 65, and we've still got this green flag run going on. Up the front here, Chris Standridge, Ken McLean, they look like they are side by side with Josh Roberts on the outside of Chris. He has got a bit of competition ahead of him. Battle up in front. The cameras just don't want to cooperate. Looks like that battle between Kent and Chris has fallen back to Josh. Now Kent and Josh battling it out for second and third. Chris is able to start to break away. We'll get back to our regular cams. 43 of 65, almost 20 remain. of 65. Caution out. Can't see who it is, so we'll just reset. Alright, while we're setting up, back in 2 moments. fit. There it is. Hiccup should be due any second now. I reckon that'll be when I do the results. Oh my god, 45 of 65. So just 20 laps remain in this 65 lap limited late model battle here at USA International Speedway for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Motowear International Limited late models. Ken McLean's moved up into the race lead there. Chris Standridge falling back to second. Josh Roberts third. Andy Williams and Alan Hunt fourth and fifth. Now 47 of the 65 will be lap 48 when we get this one back underway. About 17 still remain. All right, looks like Chad put a ball in the pits there. Try and get back to the caution. Chad here coming in under the 99. The 49 blinked out there. Reappears. And looks like it was the 99 and the 20 that got into each other. Ken McLean, our new race restarter. Sandridge had been holding on for as long as he could, but it looks like last few restarts were a bit too much. Kent's been able to get past him. McLean, Andy Williams, Chris Sandridge, Josh Ross, John Bennett, the 5 as we get this one back underway. Lap 48 of 65. My voice is starting to go a little bit like fury. As that cough will just not go away. 51 of 65, just 15 that remain. Road. Just cannot get it clear. 13 still to come here. Can Chris Sanders get his car back up to that race lead? Andy Williams is up there battling for second with him. Kent McClellan. Oh, so is Alan Hunt. Oh, that's Josh Roberts actually playing. Chris Standridge, sorry, has fallen back to fourth there. Great look in the front right of the B-Main Bandit there as he's sort of battling his way through that back half of the top 10. Caution back out 54 at 65. Chap put a bowl, no, maybe not. Let's have a look down here. That was a different one. Lewis Catalan. 32 machine just there. Comes in under the 8, just a lot more speed coming through the turns than the 8 had. They managed to come into contact with the 2 spins out. That will be our, let's have a look here. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th yellow flag for the race. Back underway, lap 56.65, just 10 laps remain, less than 10 now as we get to the back stretch of the 56th lap. And McLean, Andy Williams, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Chris Sandridge to the 5. That 5 hasn't really changed much in terms of participants, just order. To 65. Tom Land hit just outside the top 10. Wayne Bridges is the 10th placed car. Tom's got Tim Brown, Brent Vanderwood, Lewis Catalan, Mike Davis behind him. So Chad Puttabola has also retired 11 laps ago. 5 to come. Let's get back up the front and watch the leaders from this point in. Oh, Jesus Christ, right. Where are we? Less than 5 to go. Thanks to our race leader, Andy Williams. Not that far behind him, though. Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Chris Standridge, the 5. Dying stages of this battle. 63 of 65 times down the backstretch. Just 2 more to come. Flag lap is here. 65 of 65. Ken McLean. He will be breathing a sigh. He'll possibly even just be breathing. He may have realised he hasn't been breathing for about 10-15 laps, but he can breathe a sigh of relief as he comes around through 3 and 4 for this last time this racing week. There we go. Let's see if the results are available yet. I don't think they will be. No, we've got one more guy, Lewis Catalan, to get over the line before we can get the official results for our race up. There we go. All right, in 17th place, Shout Outlaws Mike Butler. 16th, DWR's Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterbolt. Lewis Catalan in 15th. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis in 14th, and Brett Vanderwood for Yacht Outlaws in 13th. Motowear International's Tom Land in 12th. Tim L. Brown 11th. Wayne Bridges in 10th. Yacht Outlaws teammate Brian Angel in 9th. J&J Motorsports and BAM Motorsports teammate John Bennett in 8th. The B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth in 7th. Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 6th. Our top 5, Travis McDonald 4th. Alan Hunt. The podium finishes top 3. Josh Roberts, J&J Motorsports, Andy Williams in 2nd. But BAM Motorsports driver and John Bennett's teammate Kent McLean will take victory here today. Let's get Kent's deets up on our screen. I think I have the interview logo there. No, all right. Don't want to worry about that. Make sure the interview channel is open. It is. All right, now this man started about, I think, on the 4th row, outside 4th row, maybe 3 rows back, 3 spots back from where you finished in first place. It looked like, geez, there was 16 other opponents on the track. The track was an opponent. The caution seemed to be an opponent. The distance, the time, the lap count, like there seemed to be so much against you in this race, Ken. The main factor for the first 2/3 of the race was Chris Standridge. Looked like his his late model, was just too wide, too long, a little bit quicker than you'd like to sort of be able to get past with guys like Andy, Josh, Alan, even Travis and stuff nipping at your heels. Talk us through that first half of the race with the just trying to get up to speed, the cautions. How often did you forget to breathe? How sore are the knuckles? Where you're at right now?
It was a lot of holding breath. I tried to stay in trying to save tires for the most part, and giving Chris room in case he did bobble. I didn't take us both out of contention, so a lot of it was I was trying to stay with him because I mean he was fast. Like I mean, at first I was like, or well, about 30 laps in or close to it, I was like, man, Chris just may walk off. If I burn my tires up, Chris is gonna, he'll win the thing. So, and then once that bottom line come in, I tried it a few times and I couldn't get him out of four. And then I believe when I finally got by him, he bobbled in three and four, I believe, kind of faded up high, and I was able to keep that momentum going, and I squeezed by him coming down the front stretch. But yeah, then after that, it was like, whew, okay, let's just keep the lead here. But Andrew, he
Mm.
was giving me a run for my money.
He definitely was. It sort of went from out of the frying pan into the frying pan next to the other frying pan. In that instance, Andy Williams really picking up where you left off with Chris. Really, in terms of the lap times, things like that. He had a 20. Josh and Andrew both had a 23-second flat time as their best time. Yours was 23:08, 23:06 for Alan Hunt, 23:03 for Chris Standridge. So it just shows that you were never going to get past someone based on your skills and your abilities. It was always going to be, someone making not necessarily the wrong decision, but not the best decision for that line or for that choice, that restart, things like that. Race speed's so damn close between the 5 years that there was never really going to be one person that had the advantage. It was always going to be a battle and just whoever could keep those cars behind them. And Chris seemed like he was going to be able to do it for the race, but unfortunately for him, unfortunately for you, you did get past him and get that car into the race lead. But then, yeah, as I say, still a lot of racing laps. Like you almost had to defend as much as you were attacking in that first half of the race. You mentioned there, being able to breathe and stuff. Where there are times towards the end there, yet again, where like I know once we got to that last lap, I imagine you let out a bit of a sigh of relief and we were able to relax the muscles a little bit. But was it just wait till the checkered flag, don't heed any sort of any chances for Andrew?
Uh, so I think it was four or five to go. It may have been a little later. I don't know. I know it was just a handful of laps. Um, he would get like 0.02 from me, and then in three and four I could pull back to like 0.06 or zero point 0.6. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, three and four I've got him. I was like, I got to figure out what he's doing in one and two, and obviously we don't have mirrors, so um, and I just run the middle line, kind of carried my momentum through one and two, and I was able to keep like a zero point 0.6 average, and I was like, okay, just keep doing that. Don't screw up, and you should have this in the bag. But once I was able to keep that distance between us, I was a lot more comfortable.
No, you definitely looked it. And then on those restarts, a lot of them obviously single file restarts makes things a little bit easier for the driver up the front. You don't have to worry about mistiming your start or someone sort of reading you like a book and getting to that turn first. One thing we did notice, especially in the qualifying and in the heats, on the starts, on restarts, obviously, you do generate a bit of speed. USA does have some straightaways, but if you can get to the inside of one and two, you might as well be on the high line of one and two as well, because it's just you've just got that right amount of speed and track distance to sort of cover the run. But yeah, like I say, it was credit to Chris on his restarts. He did everything he could to keep his car as wide as possible, keep you guys behind him, but could only do it for so long. And then credit to you for sort of seeing out the rest of that race and getting it done. Now, I think points wise, John Bennett, our points leader, you are in that chase. You are in the top five. So you're 32 points to John's 48. Now, John obviously did finish in the top 10, so he'll pick up a couple of points, but that gap is going to close. Guys like Andy, Travis, and Jonathan Foxworth are going to close that gap in as well. But we're starting to see that as we get to the midway mark of a few of the championships where it's not just one person. There's 4 to 5 people that are sort of vying or within those 3 to 5 points of the championship. What's your advice As we come up to the midway mark of this season to some of these other drivers, is it just get as much track time as possible? Don't worry about where you're finishing. Just be consistent in running, or make sure you qualify top 5. What sort of advice could you give the guys?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, um, get qualify good. Just be consistent. I mean, I know one season John, I believe, took home a points
Mm,
championship without winning a race.
without winning a single
So
race, yeah.
yeah, so as long as you're consistent and the guys that may be in the top 10 to 15 or whatever that they want to start doing better. I mean, do the test sessions. Started out on like 5%, and then run 20 laps. Check your lap times and where your quickest line was, and then go and set it at 45 to 50%, and then run another 20 laps and see where the quicker line is. That way, in the race where you need to start moving to
Mm,
as the track changes. So that's what helped me. I don't do it anymore, but when I first started, I'd go back and watch replays of guys that were beating me, what lines. I'd listen to their motor, stuff like that. You can get, just show up one night and race, or you can get really involved in it, and where you're really bettering yourself at iRacing. So
yep.
you can, do as little as possible or as much as possible, but seat time, a lot of it, and just being comfortable in each car you drive. That's consistent laps.
Yep.
You run consistent laps, you're going to be a top 5 guy, unless you just somehow get caught up in a wreck. But yeah, I mean that's all it is.
No, definitely could not agree more, my man. Well, look, congratulations. That wraps up our racing week. We'll be back again Sunday night US to do it all over again with the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks KP Plumbing Services UMP Mods, and then wrapping up through the week with the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series, the Schuler Racing Series, as well as the Motowear International Late Models. Before we let you go, though, brother, friends, family, sponsors, the team goes into making all of this possible. Who do you need to give a shout out to?
Yeah, the wife and kids for letting me do this. You, Bob, for the broadcast. All admins and all the guys at KHR. They do an awesome job week in, week out, putting on good shows. And KP Plumbing Services, Bam Motorsports, John, my teammate. That's about it.
No, excellent, man. Well, look, congratulations. Taking out another win. You've got bragging rights for the rest of the week. Best of luck with anything else you've got going on before we see you again on our screens on Sunday night. But like I say, we'll have you back in the booth anytime we can. That part is up to you. But I doubt it's going to be very long between visits. So congratulations. And enjoy the rest of your racing week.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. All right, that was Kent McLean, our winner here today. That wraps up our racing week until Sunday night when we start it all over again for another 5 races over 3 nights. All right, I'm going to have to wrap it up there. Josh Roberts, G-Rod, she's good. Robbo, Dawson, thank you all for coming out and interact with the stream in any way. And I'll be back Saturday night. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. My name's Bob. You know the drill. Love yous all. Bye.